Hello everyone, let's start with the series Roadmap to Become Competitive Programmer 5 star. So in this video I'll be explaining the problem Cup Finals. So it says it is the World Cup Finals. Chef only finds the match interesting if the skill difference of the competing teams is less than or equal to D. So given the skill of the teams competing in the final are X and Y respectively, determine whether chef will find the game interesting or not. So yeah, it is easy only. I'll be explaining on the board, don't worry. First let's take their input. So we have test cases. So for every test case we'll have to handle the uh, given problem. So this will take care of all the test case. For every test case we'll call a function solve, and we have for every test case three integers x, y and z, x, y and d. Let's take their values. We have taken their values, and yeah, we'll have to basically return output if he will find the game interesting, no otherwise, like if he does not find interesting. So they've given three test cases. Let's try to take the first one, 534. So what they're saying is x is the skill of team A, right? And y is basically skill of team B. And what is D? D is basically the skill difference, max skill difference, you can say skill difference which is max. So this is basically max skill difference. Okay, so what they're saying is uh, the chef will be watching its game. The one match is happening, so the difference between the skill has to be lesser than equals to D. So if you see x is greater than, so I'll be taking x first. So 5 minus 3, which is 2. If you see 2 is lesser than equals to D, which is true. 2 is lesser than equals to D is 4, which is true. So he'll be watching the game in this case. So we'll have to return yes. So yeah, we'll have to print yes. Let's try to take other one, 531 we have. So skill value of team X is, team A is again 5, and team B is again 3, but the difference skill is right now 1. So if you try to see here, this is not true, because x minus 5 is 2, but D is 1. 2 less than equals to 1 is not true. So in this case, you'll have to return false. No. So he will not be watching the game because their skill difference are more than 1. So he will not be watching the game. And yeah, let's consider the last case. So team A skill is 5, team B skill is 5, and the difference should be 0. So let's see he'll be able to see or not. So it is 0. 5 minus 5 is 0, because both x and y are 5, and which is lesser than equals to D is true, because 0 lesser than equals to 0 is true. So skill difference are 0, both the team has equal skill, and like he'll be watching the game when the difference is in the skill are 0. So in this case also you'll have to return yes. So I've used x minus 5, but what if one more case let me take the case of 5, 3 and 4. So in this case, if you try to see, it will be x minus y. If you take, it will be 3 minus y, which is minus 2. So skill difference will not be negative, but we'll have to take their absolute values, right? If you take their absolute values, that will be 2. So for absolute value in programming, I'll be using ABS function. So I think you guys are getting. So let's try to code it up. So what I'll be taking is int skill difference, and it will be absolute value of x minus y, and I'll be saying if skill difference is lesser than equals to this, then he will be watching the game. Chef will be watching the game, else he will not be watching the game. So yeah, let's try to run the code. We'll have to get answer yes, no, yes, and we are expecting that, and we are getting that. Let's try to submit the code. Yeah, it works. So basically, you had to find the absolute value of x and y, like skill difference between both teams. So we should not find x minus y or y minus x, because in some cases x might be greater and in some cases y might be greater. So if you use safe like modulus value, so that will give a skill difference in positive terms and you can compare. So yeah, thank you guys for watching the video.